What's up? You gonna help me make this video? You wanna make a YouTube video? You give me a high five? Okay, let's do a video. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Captain Chad Gabbs, Rosie the Pit here, and it looks like she wants to help us make this video. We're going to be talking about the long line, a long leash, and how I make them. Now, being that I send every single client home with one, I wanted to be as resourceful as I possibly could, but I also wanted to get up here, steady, leave it, down. Okay, she got a little excited over the long line. She thought it was a toy for her. It's not a toy, okay? This is a tool, and it's an invaluable tool. To be honest, I can't do a lot of the work that I like to do without it, because when I go to the park and shit like that, where I don't have a dog that's got like reliable recall, but I also still want to give them like, I don't know, 20 to 30 feet of freedom, take some of that tension off, give the dog the opportunity to have a good time as if they are off leash. That's a real important thing for me, because I really like giving dogs a nice opportunity to just be a dog and run around at the park. And typically it's one of the first things I do when I get a dog. I'll just go to the park with them, put them on a long line, and we'll have a good time. That's the first experience we have. There's no training. We don't jump into anything formal. Nothing like that, okay? So I guess in this video, just going to be going over, how I make them, where I get the stuff, and maybe talk about some of the value, just kind of like I already have. But before we get started, please don't forget to leave a thumbs up on the video if you're watching the content and getting stuff from it. It's completely free to watch. It's completely free to take this information and go use it and improve your lives together, because that's ultimately what dog training is for us here at Team Floppy Ears. It's everything we do is in reference to try to make our relationship better, so that our lives are better together, so that we could live more in unison, so that we could do more things together. Anyway, like and subscribe. Without further ado, I'm going to need a knife because I'm going to want to cut this. So basically, again, I send a client home with one of these. Every single client that comes here gets one of these, and they go home with one. And if I were to buy one from like Amazon, which you could buy really nice ones on Amazon, 20 bucks, 25 bucks. They've got different materials. This is just like a climbing rope material, really strong, really sturdy. It gets the job done, and you could buy a bundle of this. Now, of course, the price has gone up because of inflation. We clearly built back better. So yeah, this used to be like $5 a roll. Now it's like maybe $8 or $9 a roll, whatever it is. But neither here nor there. You got 50 foot here. You can make easily. Hey, where are you going? Oh, she's gonna drink some water. Listen to this hydration. Can we appreciate some good hydration from Rosie the Pit? Anyway, price has gone up on it a bit, but you can get 3 or 4 long lines out of one roll here. All right, so let me get a knife really quickly. Let me get a knife real quick. All right, it's one of my favorite knives right here. Check this thing out. Got this in a storage locker. It's a Gerber. It's about a $50 John. Gets it done every time. So I'll just, I'll take this. Get it from Home Depot, Lowe's, and you just kind of unravel it to your specific preferred length. And I would say that's pretty good right there. So what I'll do is I'll just cut it, right? And you could get extra fancy and get some glue, some like plumber's glue, whatever you want to call it. Put it on the end and make it all nice or for me, I'll take a lighter. I don't have a lighter in here right now, but I'll put and then cinch that up. But really easy. I buy a $2 carabiner hook like this. This piece of string, when you do the math, probably comes out to like $2 or $3 as well. So altogether, you're spending about $5 on a product that you're normally spending $20 or $25 for. And for me, nice sturdy carabiner hook here. It's very light in weight as well, so make sure that if you're going to buy one of these, you want it to be as light as it can possibly be. This rope is also extremely light in weight. And I just YouTubed how to tie a knot, like how to tie I don't know what the specific knot is called that I've learned to tie, but you basically just take the rope, you bring it right through the carabiner like this, you pull it, give yourself about, I don't know, foot and a half. You bring it down like this, You kind of cross it over down like this, and then you grab it from this side, and then what you do is you make it nice and tight in there like this, and then you go over once, over twice, and then when you grab that third time, you're going to come around and you're going to take this piece and you shove it through these two little loops that you made previously, and then you pull. Okay? Sorry, I moved it around, but you pull, and then you pull real tight, and then that's what you're left with. That sucker right there goes nowhere. And I could cut this shorter, which I probably will, and then I'll take a lighter, and then boom, we have ourselves a long line. Cost about $5. Now let's talk about some of the reasons why we might want to use a long line. Listen, most people that bring me their dogs here don't have a lot of trust. They don't have a lot of trust in their dogs. They've never really, the dog's probably never even gone to the park on a long line and felt what it's like to sort of be free. And I love providing that opportunity to them. So long line, boom, you don't want to have 6 foot of leash, you don't want to have 4 foot of leash, you got yourself a long line, your dog can go enjoy themselves a little bit more, right? And the other thing is, if you wanted to start teaching like a recall command, like you got to be able to have a security blanket. If you're going to go to public, you're going to have a security blanket if you call your dog back and they don't come back. Okay, so you have the long line to sort of help reinforce the recall command. Now, a lot of the time I'm teaching recall with e-collar technologies and things like this. Perhaps a video for another time. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see that video, because I just got a Rottweiler in and I'm going to be teaching him off-leash recall. And that's exactly what prompted me to make this video, because this is the long line that I'm going to be using for this specific dog. And it's, again, going to be going home with his owner, and we're going to get the ball rolling on the off-leash stuff with the e-collar technologies, the remote collar. And yeah, so you have the luxury of like determining how long you want the leash to be. If you do want a 6 foot leash, you could shorten it up and now you have 6 foot. And the other thing is, there's people that bring me their dogs, lots of tension all the time, and sometimes the more tension you put on like reactive dogs, the more reactive they become. You know, a lot of the time I get a lot of good results from these reactive dogs because I take some of the tension out of it and I put them on a long line. You know, it's like things change a little bit when you know, it's like fight, flight, avoid, submit. A lot of the time these dogs are in like fight mode when they feel all this tension. And when you remove that and you give them the option, hey dude, like, what are you really going to do? They're like, oh, now that I have access to actually go attack something, I'm not going to do it. So it's kind of like a reverse psychology thing. Now, I'm sure there are trainers out there that explain that concept a little better than I just did. I'm just telling you, this is the types of results that I've seen. It's like you take tension out of it, and it's like the dog isn't reactive anymore, because it's like, you know, when you remove a barrier from two dogs fighting and all of a sudden, since the barrier's gone, they don't want to fight anymore. Or like, you know, the keyboard warriors that are on like Twitter talking that shit, but if you saw them in real life, they wouldn't say anything. It's kind of a very similar concept if you ask me, and I hope I can make sense of that for you guys. But anyway, I don't want this video to get too long-winded. This is the long line. That's how you can make it for $5. That's a couple of reasons why you may want to consider adding one to your arsenal. Guys, I do have a Patreon page. If you're taking all this content and you really appreciate it and you're looking to continue to support this channel and watch this channel and take from this channel, patreon.com/Team Floppy Ears. I'll link it in the description. You can follow me on all socials at Team Floppy Ears, literally TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all of them, you know. So I appreciate you tapping in. I'm Captain Chad. My goal is to help you become a better dog owner, and I do hope that you enjoyed the video. Leave a thumbs up if you did. Next video is going to be talking about the type of food I feed my dogs and why. I love you guys. Peace.